The movie opens with Linda sitting at her desk, focused on her work while listening to music through her headphones. At the same time, her coworker Donovan walks over to her and asks if she has finished preparing the report. Linda tells him that she already completed the company report last week and has moved on to next month's projections, including all index correlated figures and quarterly estimates. Donovan looks impressed and tells her that everyone is waiting. He then takes the report from Linda and heads toward the meeting room. However, when Linda gets up to go with him, Donovan explains that the meeting has been reduced to a smaller group and he is only there to drop off the report. He assures her that her name is at the top and everyone will know who did most of the work. Linda secretly follows Donovan to the meeting room and sees him removing her name from the report. He then tells the supervisors that he prepared the reports himself. Seeing this betrayal, Linda is left shocked. That evening, Linda is at home talking to her parakeet, Sweetie. She tells the bird that after all that work she didn't even get to go to the meeting and is still sitting with the assistants. But she says all of that changes tomorrow when Bradley Preston officially takes over from his father, because his father promised her the VP position right in front of Bradley's face. The next day at the office, Franklin introduces Bradley Preston as the new company president. Linda immediately rushes over and reintroduces herself, reminding him they spoke at the Christmas party. There is food on Linda's face, which makes Bradley feel very disgusted. She tries to impress him by showing off her shoes, which she calls her little mules, saying they can carry any load thrown their way. Bradley gives her a polite smile and excuses himself. Once he's in his office, his assistant Franklin tells him that Linda has been waiting on a VP promotion that his father promised her. Bradley doesn't care at all. He says Donovan is getting that job and he wants Linda moved to a satellite office somewhere far away because she makes him sick. Franklin warns him that Donovan could drown without Linda's help on the Bangkok merger, so Bradley reluctantly agrees to bring her along on the trip, just until Donovan is up to speed, and then he'll ship her out. Linda soon finds out that Donovan is being promoted and decides to confront Bradley directly. She interrupts his meeting and tells him she has been at the company for 7 years while Donovan has only been there for 6 months. Bradley tells her frankly that he sees her as a numbers savant but not someone ready for an executive position. He says he needs a VP who is a people person, someone well liked who can charm a room and make deals, someone who golfs. Linda is stunned, but then he offers her a deal. There's still an outstanding issue with Appendix D in the Bangkok merger. If she can solve it and prove him wrong, he'll reconsider. On the way to the airport, Linda excitedly tells Bradley she was working on Appendix D the night before and thinks she found a loophole that could fix all their problems. Bradley ignores her completely. Once they're in the air, Donovan shows Bradley Linda's old audition tape for the show Survivor on his laptop. Everyone laughs while watching Linda in the video. Linda notices them laughing at her video, which makes her very sad, and she starts crying. Then suddenly the plane shakes violently. The turbulence hits hard and fast. The plane begins to fall apart mid-air. Passengers scream and grab onto whatever they can. Suddenly, the middle section of the airplane breaks apart. Donovan is about to fall out of the plane when Linda tries to save him. However, in a desperate attempt to save himself, he demands that she give him her seat and then begins choking her. Linda picks up a fork and stabs his hand with it, causing him to fall from the plane. Moments later, the plane crashes into the ocean, but Linda manages to escape safely. When Linda opens her eyes, she finds herself on an island. She has been washed ashore and has reached the island. Then Linda spots Bradley at a distance on the island. She quickly runs to him, but he is badly injured, with a deep wound in his leg. She builds a shelter using coconut palm leaves. The next day, Bradley regains consciousness. Linda serves him a fish, but he rejects it for being only half cooked and completely bland. Nevertheless, she compels him to eat it. Bradley starts pushing to work on getting rescued, suggesting they look for GPS equipment from the wreck, or build a raft to find shipping lanes. Linda tells him she's been focused on the survival basics, food, water and shelter, and reminds him that without her he would have died alone on the shore. Bradley snaps back and tells her she works for him. Linda walks away and refuses to share any food with him, leaving him to fend for himself. He shouts after her that she didn't leave him any water. The next day, Bradley is fully hydrated. Linda comes to him and gives him water to drink. She tells Bradley that there is a wild boar on the island that could save their lives. Then she sharpens a wooden stick into a point and goes out to hunt the boar. Linda finds the wild boar and jumps down from a tree, stabbing it in the shoulder with the sharpened wooden stick. However, the stick breaks, causing Linda to fall to the ground. Despite the attack, the wild boar survives and charges straight toward her. Linda quickly grabs the broken wooden stick again and drives it into the wild boar's chest. But even then, the wild boar refuses to die and keeps coming at her. Linda quickly pulls the same wooden stick out of the boar's shoulder and thrusts it into its eye, finally killing it. Linda throws the boar's head toward Bradley. The next day, while Linda is bathing, she notices a boat carrying Bradley's fiancée Zuri, who is searching for Bradley along with another man. Linda starts to call out for help, but then she stops herself. She remains silent because she has grown tired of city life and feels that she is enjoying her time on the island. Linda comes back to Bradley, who looks very sad. She asks him what's wrong. He tells her that they have been here for 2 weeks and no one has come to find them yet. He says they need to try to escape and should build a raft to leave the island. But Linda says it's not a good idea. She tells him they already have everything here: food, water, and she believes that someone will soon come looking for them. Linda takes Bradley up the hill. She points out a rock that looks like an X on the south side of the island and warns him that everything beyond it is covered with thorn bushes and poisonous vines. While they are walking back to the camp, Linda slips at the edge of a cliff and starts falling. Bradley quickly grabs her hand and pulls her back up. She thanks him. At night, they open up to each other. Linda mentions she was married for 10 years. Bradley assumes she's divorced, but she tells him her husband died. She says he was a drinker and not very nice. Then, quietly, she tells him what really happened. She used to hide his car keys when he got very drunk. But one night after a terrible fight where he did awful things, she took the keys out of her purse, put them on the table, and poured him his last drink. Then she let him go. Bradley listens without judgment. He opens up too, sharing that his mother was abusive and that his father was a complete stranger to him. Linda then says that they should not leave the island. They should stay there forever. The next day, a storm rolls in and forces them off the beach and into a small cave. It is freezing. Linda tells Bradley to take off his wet clothes so they can share body heat. They huddle together through the night as thunder crashes outside. The next morning, Bradley wakes up and goes to Linda. Linda tells him that their camp has been washed away by the storm. She says to Bradley that it was probably stupid to build so close to the shore. Bradley tells her to build a new one on higher ground, and offers to help. Then both of them build a camp on higher ground together. Bradley then asks if he can make her dinner the following night, to give her a break from cooking for once. She agrees. That night, Bradley cooks food for Linda, and she begins eating it. However, moments later, Linda suddenly starts feeling dizzy and collapses. Bradley then says fuck you to her and starts running away. In reality, he had secretly built a raft without telling her. He gets on the raft and tries to escape from the island, but a huge wave crashes into the raft, throwing him into the water. Linda then pulls him out of the water and saves him. The next day, Linda feeds Bradley a blue-ringed octopus. After eating it, he starts feeling strange, and his whole body becomes paralyzed. As he loses the ability to move, Linda explains what she has done. She laced the food with the venom of a blue-ringed octopus she caught about a week ago. The neurotoxins block the transmission of nerve impulses. He is paralyzed. She promises it won't kill him and that it will wear off, but tells him he won't be able to move or feel anything for now. She says she thinks he'll want it that way. While Bradley lies helpless, Linda talks to him calmly. She speaks about power and control, about how uncomfortable it must feel to be in a submissive position and depend on someone else for survival. Linda removes Bradley's pants and underwear. She then heats a knife over the fire and walks toward him, creating a terrifying moment where Bradley believes she is about to harm him. However, she only kills a rat instead. After that, Linda warns Bradley that if he tries to escape again, next time it won't be the rat, it will be his manhood. Some days pass. Bradley barely speaks. Linda checks on him cheerfully, trying to coax a smile out of him. Then one day while she is out gathering fruit, a boat arrives at the island. Zuri steps off the boat with a man who helped her search. She tells Linda that even after the official search was called off, she hired her own boat and kept looking. She asks if Bradley is alive and Linda tells her yes. Linda starts leading Zuri and the man toward the camp, but along the way she pretends to stop to tie her shoelace and sends them ahead down the trail. She watches as they walk straight into the area she warned Bradley about, the south side of the island with the thorn bushes and poison vines beyond the X-shaped rock. Zuri falls and begins screaming for help. The man who is with Zuri tries to save her, but Linda picks up a large rock and hits the man with it, causing both of them to fall down. Bradley finds his fiancée's decomposed body buried in the sand and identifies her through her engagement ring. Overcome with rage, he runs toward Linda and confronts her, accusing her of killing her. Linda asks who he is talking about, but Bradley shows her the engagement ring. Linda claims it was only an accident, that she slipped from the outside edge and that she did nothing. However, Bradley refuses to believe her. He pulls out a knife and starts chasing her with the intent to kill her. A fight breaks out between them. During the struggle, Linda manages to grab the knife and drives it into Bradley's ribs. Bradley then escapes and runs away. Bradley sees a very luxurious house on the island's cliffs. Meanwhile, Linda notices two caretakers on a boat approaching a luxurious house. She sees them carrying supplies inside. When they come back out, she secretly notices the house password. Linda enters the house and happily starts eating fruits. Bradley also enters the house, but finds no one inside. He goes to the freezer to get water, when suddenly he hears Linda's voice on the radio. He realizes she is watching him through CCTV cameras. Linda steps forward holding a shotgun in front of Bradley. Bradley also has a metal weapon in his hand and strikes at her with it. He then grabs the shotgun and tries to shoot Linda, but it is empty. At that moment, Linda picks up a golf stick and attacks Bradley with it. She delivers a final blow to his head with the golf stick, killing him. Almost a year later, a reporter named Polly Pereira interviews Linda at the 19th annual Celebrity Golf Invitational. Linda is tanned, relaxed, and glowing. The reporter tells the audience that Linda was found alone at sea on a raft, the only survivor of the plane crash. Linda says it wasn't easy, but that the memory of her lost colleagues is what kept her going. And the movie ends here.